Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Jasmy update. We want to take a look at the price set one more time, as we always do, because there are a few interesting things that are happening right here, which we are going to discuss in today's video. But before I get into today's content, I just want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button, because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Jasmy content will now be able to find this video much more easily. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on Jasmy on a regular basis, and to be honest, we've been killing it, right? And without me running my mouth too much, let me actually get into the real stuff right here. So in yesterday's video, we were looking at the Elliott wave counts that we have on the Jasmy price set right here, and the thing that we were looking for here was a bounce off of these lows. The reason being that when we did our Elliott wave count right here, we said this is our first wave right here, right, with a 1 2 3 4 5 impulse sweeps to the upside right here, and an ABC correction right here, forming up wave 2, then another impulse wave count 1 2 3 4 5 to the upside, forming the third wave. Now this would have been our fourth wave right here, and the condition for Elliott wave counts right here is the fourth wave doesn't get into the territory of wave 1. I don't know if you can visualize what I'm trying to say right here, but let me quickly go ahead and try to draw this Elliott wave. So this would be our bigger impulse wave to the upside right here, wave 1. This is your wave 2 right here with this ABC correction. This is your third wave right here, coming up to the fifth wave right here, right? And then this would be your fourth wave right here, bouncing into that support. If you remember from the, I think it was the last 2 or 3 updates, we were looking at these levels of support right here. We're saying that $0.00557 going as low as something like $0.0054 for the Jasmy price. So we would have a bounce right here, and we actually had that bounce right here. So what we are in right now, if we are going to continue following this whole structure right here, is we are in a fifth wave right here. The good thing about the fifth wave is usually it goes above the fifth wave right, the third wave, sorry. So it going above the fifth wave means that we would have actually broken above this, our major resistance. You remember this resistance from back then in September when we actually capitulated from this area. So going back to this level here, we would actually have broken above it, and I think that's actually something that is massive right here, right? Other thing that I wanted to draw your attention to right here is the moving averages right here, which I'll quickly show you on a daily time frame. So taking a look at the moving averages, I mean especially the 100 daily moving average as well as the 200 daily moving average, I'm just going to go ahead right here and clear this price so that you can have a clear idea of what I'm trying to say. Let me even delete this part right here because we really don't need it. I mean, I'm sure you can visualize what you're trying to say right here, because what we can see is, like, in as much as we had support right here, we also had like bigger support coming up right here using this you know, I think it's the 100-day moving average. You can see that it's actually supporting us right here, and if this thing supports us right here and the price continues to go in an uptrend like this, forming our fifth wave, as I was mentioning right here, what we will now have is we will now have the 200 moving average catching up with the 100 right here, forming up something like you know, a bullish cross, and that thing is actually going to be significant, so significant in such a way that you can actually see that each and every single time we have had these crosses, this price set on the Binance chart doesn't really show how, like, the impacts of these moving averages, but the one I have on the Get.io, which I'm going to show you probably tomorrow, you can see that each and every single time we've had these crosses, they've resulted in big moves for the Jasmy price. That obviously they are not something that happened, like, you know, in a snap, but it's something that is you know, a long-term market change. So the dynamics of the market will actually switch to bull in the long run. Obviously we are still monitoring this falling wedge that we have on the Jasmy price. I'm sure you've already memorized the price targets right here. So the price targets something like 4.5 cents, 11 cents. We've already talked about those ones. And can you believe that from the moment we broke out of this falling wedge right here, we actually up something like 140%. This is how crazy crypto is. If you had actually bought the breakout of this thing right here, you are actually 140% up. That's really crazy. And if you're paying attention, obviously at the very bottoms right here, something like 260%, 270%. That's really crazy. So yeah, the price targets may be looking like, you know, they are maybe dramatic or something like that, but you know, these are price targets that are not going to happen in a snap, as I've already mentioned. This is something that is going to take a bit of time right here for the Jasmy price set, but that's okay. I'm ready to wait. And the other thing that I wanted to show you, going back to the Jasmy price set here using the Binance thing, let me also use you know, a lower time frame right. Let me go to maybe the 4-hourly time frame. is, yes, we have got these Elliott wave counts to the upside. That's really good, 1 2 3 4 5. But what also comes after these impulse waves right here, look at this. Oh my god, this double bottom is really nice, man. It's looking good. So I was saying that we have got 1 2 3 4 5, right? This is the fourth wave. If we form a fifth wave right here, there's always a correction that is going to come right here in the form of an ABC correction. I really don't know how deep of a correction that is going to be, but when you're looking at Elliott wave rules, you can actually understand that the second wave, wave 2 of this major move right here, could, it just doesn't have to go below the low of wave 1 right here. So anyway, it's really difficult to tell where it's going to go. But I mean, it can be deep, it can also be shallow, but it's something that can happen for the Jasmy price. That why is that important right here? When I showed you this falling wedge, you can see that we haven't had the back test just yet of this. It's not a condition that has to be satisfied really, but it's something that is probable also in the long term for the Jasmy price right here. So looking at other market conditions, we're looking at the DXY last week and the previous week. Obviously, we're saying that on a weekly time from here, this is the single most important line on the DXY here. Something like 103.77 was 103.77 or 104 basically was the single most important line on this price, because you can see that it acts as massive support or resistance right here, going as far back as the 80s. You can see that right here it was support which sent the DXY to the moon, if you want to say that. Right here it was resistance, and you can say that it suppressed the DXY for a very long time. You can also see that once you break below these levels, I mean, it was tears for the DXY. Why is that important? Why is the DXY important? Like historically, the DXY has always acted inversely to, compared to the crypto market. When the DXY is performing really well, the crypto market isn't performing that very well. So what we noticed today is, for the last couple of days actually, we have been under this resistance line right here, but today it seems like we are actually getting that rejection right here, right? For months we've been looking at this, we're saying that we are in a parabolic structure, and these parabolic structures, they break down in in a dramatic fashion right here, and you can see that there's somewhat of a recovery happening at the moment. You can see this candle is showing that there is a little bit of strength showing up, but still resistance is showing that it's actually building right at these levels. At the same time, when you take a look at the moving averages as well for the DXY, you can see that a bearish cross is actually a death cross is actually the making right here. So fingers crossed everything comes out to play as we want to, and then we can have like good things right here for our Jasmy price, right? So that's pretty much it from me. These are the things that I see at the moment. In the immediate short term, we were looking for that ABC correction to show up right here. It showed up for sure. This is our ABC correction right here, looking for the fifth wave, taking us above the resistance level, which we were looking forward to back then in September. So that's something like 0.008 for the Jasmy price. That I mentioned yesterday that I actually had bought Jasmy right at this lows right here. The simple reason I did that for was simply going back to this high here was something like a 40%, and today I'm up something like 15%. It's nothing really. My trade is not on margin. My trade is a spot trade. Well, 40% for me right here is a good payday. I really don't want too much from it. That's good. 40% in the immediate short term is good. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Obviously this is just my own opinion. I'm not telling anyone to buy or sell Jasmy. This is just my own opinion, not financial advice. But if you like the content, please don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the next one. Take care, bye.